Hello everyone, welcome to EduBureau. I am Bhavna Kapoor. Today's topic is multilateralism in post-COVID world, which is very important from the point of view of international relations. I'll be discussing about the need for multilateralism in post-COVID world and the role of China along with India. The COVID 19 outbreak has placed all international institutions under a most magnifying glass by any measure most have performed below par. There is a need to reform functioning of multilateral institutions with a need to adapt to new realities. However, the pursuit of change by threatening to leave multilateral institutions is a phenomenon which witnessed only during the period of the League of Nations. One state followed the other in exiting until the League's final demise. Now, likewise, the UNESCO in Paris and Human Rights Council in Geneva have survived the departure of US. The United Nations Industrial Development Organization in Vienna continues despite US withdrawal and many others. The WHO will also survive US threats. The reasons are quite simple. Multilateral organizations serve desperately felt global needs of the vast membership, and the pandemic has reinforced the desire for greater global cooperation among most states. Now, what is the role of multilateralism and China? Will China pose as the new defender of the established order? Chinese nationals head four international multilateral organizations: the International Civil Aviation Organization, the International Telecommunication Union, the Food and Agriculture Organization, and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. Also, Chinese have failed in campaigns to head UNESCO and the World Intellectual Property Organization. Chinese nationals are not overrepresented in terms of staff position in UN despite contribution 10% of UN's budget, unlike other countries. Further decline in Chinese language interpreters, although China contribute 14% of the peacekeeping budget. China's flagship venture, the Belt and Road Initiative, remains only on the fringes of multilateral fora. Neither in monetary terms nor in substantive inputs are the portents of a Chinese takeover. Amidst this, multilateral organizations are populated by a plethora of small and middle states quietly working to restore equilibrium when the balance tends to shift. Multilateral architecture places premium on structures over functions and processes over substance. Now, coming to the role of India in the era of multilateralism. As a growing power, India needs to avail of such avenues. Responses of states during COVID-19 crisis points to more emphasis on sovereign decision making than before. India's visualization of the world as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam support multilateralism. Unlike in other realms where quantum leaps are common in multilateral diplomacy, incrementalism pays dividend. To unseat a permanent member from the ICJ, that is International Court of Justice, took us 7 decades. To get Masood Azhar designated as a terrorist took us a decade. For many years, India has been persevering hard for the global adoption of CCIT, that is Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism. Neither permitting the capsizing of multilateral order nor allowing it to be captured is in our interest. There is a need to patiently promote reforms. We are building partnerships to avail opportunities which may arise for more fundamental change. We need to bide our time without hiding our intent. With this, I end my today's video. Thank you. Take care.